And today we're back in the garage. We have we had to take the front off because we got caught on the rain and the headlights. We've been dealing with this moisture issue, so we took them apart. I'll put some clips of what happened. I took some pictures of the process. Basically, took the headlights apart, resealed them. We ordered um, new lenses. Oh wait, I have something for this. I always forget. Check it on. Okay, let's try this again. So yeah, we got new lenses put in. Everything's good. But today we're going to start some of the performance upgrades on the engine. So here we have our new rebuild intake surge tank setup with new ITBs. Big shout out to our friend Dave from Resto Daddy. I'll put his info in the link. Great guy. Helped me with this. Really super quick turnaround. Um, so basically, this is a complete rebuild unit. We have all new HKS gaskets, and so what we will be doing is tackling this ourselves, where we are going to remove this entire assembly. It's probably going to take a long time because there's quite a bit of things that we got to remove. I've been looking at the service manual and some people that have a few videos online. And for the most part, if you take your time and you're patient with it, it seems like it's not that bad of a deal. But we'll see at the end of this video if it is or not. So we will be we'll start with this. Disconnect the fuel. We'll have to purge the fuel system out of the car by removing the fuse of the fuel pump and then cranking the car until basically the fuel runs out of the line. Um, the If you do this in step, it seems like surge tank, ITBs, plenum is the order of operations. Obviously, we'll have to remove all of this stuff around and to make us give us a little more room. We also have to bleed the radiator or the cooling system. So we'll have to do that because there is the water main that goes in here that connects to all of this stuff. As it comes off, we don't want to make a mess. So yeah, wish me luck. We'll see if we got this. All right, and we are stopping for tonight. We got. I'm not gonna lie, this was a pain. We got the Plenum out or the surge tank. We got it over here. Prepping all the inventorying all the parts that I got to reuse. Here is the old one. Fuel lines from underneath. I am exhausted, but this is the hard part. So tomorrow we'll continue, but super exciting. All right, boys, we're back, and we have Conquer taken out the entire coal side. So it wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. I ended up just going really slow, being patient, and it all worked out. So the entire coal side's out. It's funny how what a mess that is. Vacuum hoses, water hoses, fuel hoses. It's a mess. So here's where we are with all of the stuff. I ended up taking my radiator out because while we're doing this, we are going to do water pump since the car is bled out of coolant and oil right now. Anyways, so Here's my old ITBs. Here's my fuel rail, which I'm actually going to clean up and reuse. The injectors, however, are not in great shape. I do have new injectors, but I didn't want to put a new ECU in, but we might need to. I mean, I have everything. I'm just not sure what to do. If I should put everything new and then put the computer on it as well, and then get it tuned. Problem is, I wanted to see what the car was doing before I do any of that, as it stay in stock. But I may not get the opportunity to do so because now everything's out. So here's the old surge tank. We're probably going to reuse this one. It just needs to be clean. It's fine. Actually, looks pretty good. Uh, Here's my IAC. We'll be reusing that. Just got to clean it up. Here's the ITBs. These things don't look too bad, actually, considering. That's good. Not a lot of, as expected. This are in the combustion chamber. So, but nothing out of the ordinary. So that's good. We have the car's been functioning pretty clean, so as expected. However, look at this. These are beat up. These are nasty and basically done. So I'm excited that I'm doing this right now. Um, Here is uh, this is the actual plenum for the car. Here's the idler system. So I need to take this off because I will be reusing this. And then basically plug in all the new hoses. All these hoses, these are all cooked. I actually had to cut this one because I couldn't get to the stupid clamp. So this is a coolant hose. So all those coolant hoses in the back need to go for new ones. Here is the probably one of the hardest parts when you're removing the surge tank, because this sits right underneath and it bolts right into it. So there are three bolts. Basically, those are these guys here. One, two, three. So it's exciting. It's a tedious job, but it's not an impossible job. So yeah, we'll be replacing all of these hoses. But we have this out. Um, we have new fuel lines. I do have to make new fuel lines, or these are actually boost lines. But the main fuel lines, those are going to have to get redone. New fuel filter. We have all the new gaskets, new HKS gaskets for the plenum, ITBs, and then we'll start putting it back out. While this is out, I'm going to take the thermostat housing out, put the new thermostat, Nismo thermostat in, and that's it. It's super exciting. So, quick update. It is very hot in this garage right now, but we we cleaned up the residue gasket that was in the head, getting it prepped. Right now, I'm going through and finding and inventorying all the new hoses that I have available, because there's some that I don't have. Um, and we're going to be replacing all that stuff while it's still out. We have a few kits. We also went and kind of resurfaced the parts that we are going to be using. These are all new fuel hoses we just cut. I'm going to put this back together. We cleaned up the fuel rail. These are not looking great. They're functioning, and soon we have some upgraded injectors once we put the turbos and new ECU. But these will go back in for now. We also resurfaced the gasket that was left in here for the AAC breather valve. So all these are getting reused. All right, we got this all broken out in pieces so that we can put it back in the car. There's the surge tank over there. We got the new ITBs with new HKS gaskets. They look so pretty. Super cool. New links, new hardware. We basically set everything up so I can map myself on the way back. These are the 12 nuts for the surge tank and hardware for the throttle link and little things like that. Here's the actual plenum. We got new HKS gaskets, new studs. I mean, it's super pretty. So what we got to do next is we got our new hose kit for our IAC, our AAC air regulator that mounts right here. They connect to these tubes. We are reusing those, so we're gonna go ahead and get that going with the new hoses. The way it came off is basically the two main hoses that connect to it. We just gotta get it back out, or sorry, we gotta get them back on, and then this will become one piece, uh, and we'll get that going. So we'll do that next. This is the kit. Shout out to our friends at Terra Firma. They give you a nice little diagram and all the parts that are needed. One stop go. So let's get that going. All right, so we got the AAC controller back on, all new hoses and clamps put together, and it's starting to look good. So this is basically how it would mount it back to the car. The rest will get mounted as you start putting the car back together. So let's get going. Okay, so we're waiting for some hoses to get delivered. And while we wait, we're continuing to prep to put everything in. And so while we wait, I took out the thermostat and we're going to be replacing it with this Nismo. It's a low temp. So I'm in Florida, and should help us keep the car a lot cooler, especially with the temps that we're having right now in the summer. So just kind of doing some additional maintenance while all this stuff's out. Now, the one that I took out actually looks pretty good, and I wasn't having any issues, but at the same time, it's new now, so let's keep going. All right, so here's a quick comparison of the two thermostats. This is the Nismo low temp. This is the one that came out of the car. If you ever want to see the marking, they have markings in them that kind of tell you what they are. So this one says 62 Celsius, 71. So, which means that it opened at a much lower temp than the standard one. And that's how it helps with keeping the car cool, especially in Florida. All right, we're back. And we have finished installing our entire assembly. So we have, ooh, hold on a second. I have my little pointer. Check it on. Okay. So we got the assembly installed. Everything's torqued back down. New fuel lines, new water hoses, new vacuum hoses, new fuel filter, new thermostat, new seals, new gaskets. This whole area is new. So today, while I still have everything out, we're removing our engine covers because we'll show you at the end. We got new ones. Put everything back on, put fluids. Oh, we also changed the oil. And then we tidy things up over here. You can actually get to the filters straight up. I do have a relocator kit, but I didn't want to tackle that in this job. We'll do that for a later time when we actually drop the engine at some point. It'll be much easier. Anywho, let's keep going and get these new covers off. Well, get these covers off, put the new ones on so we can wrap up the car. Let's get it. And we're back with the final update. And we got everything back on. The engine is put together. We got the updated cold side with all new lines. We ran into a little bit of a hiccup in the with the fuel injectors. I had a leak on injector number 6, so we were able to address that. We got new seals, and everything's gooch now. Car's back together except for the wheel liners and the center underneath, because we wanted to run it, get it hot enough to see if anything leaks, because all that stuff hides anything. If it leaks, it'll hide it. But for the most part, here's where we are. We got the new covers on. Let's see. We got the new covers. We got everything back on. On the cold side, everything's new, completely refreshed and ready to roll. We ordered a new engine ornament, and it should be here on Tuesday. So let's take it for a ride. Okay, so here we are. We got the car dialed in. We just took it for a spin. Everything's working. Everything's great. So the new headlights look amazing. Well, not the new headlights, new lenses on the headlights. It's looking really good. Yeah. And then we got everything's working as expected. Engine's super clean now. We got the entire cold assembly, new covers, new lines underneath. Look, you can actually see the oil filter from here. We organized everything. So, thanks for sticking around on this one. This was a long one, but it was well worth it. Car's looking amazing. So, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.